One of the pitfalls that is so easy to fall into when you're on some kind of health journey or you're dealing with a chronic condition of any kind is that you really start to over-identify with whatever your illness, disease, or symptoms are. And this is problematic, especially on the nervous system level, because we don't realize it, but we're actually reinforcing the illness or the symptoms when we take too much of them into who we are. And what I mean by that is, if you're dealing with a chronic condition, do you say, I have da 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 da, I have mold illness, I have Lyme disease? Your subconscious is listening to that, and it's hearing that, oh, this is something that we have, this is part of us, which means that it's not going to work the same way to resolve those symptoms as if you changed your languaging like this. This is the mold symptom that I'm dealing with, which puts that symptom sort of outside of your identity, outside of who you are, and it puts you more in the driver's seat of this is something that I'm tackling versus this is something who I am. Does that make sense? So when you put the languaging out there that this is the symptom that I'm dealing with, this is the condition that I'm dealing with, this is the disease that I'm dealing with, your subconscious is like, oh yeah, this isn't us. Who we are really is a vibrant, alive person with many interests and abilities and an identity far beyond whatever the current challenge is. And believe me, I know that this is challenging because chronic illness is something that I've dealt with for most of my life, and it's what brought me into my work. But that over-identification with our disease, condition, or symptoms actually puts us in a very subtle way into a victim mentality. And if you can kind of stand outside of yourself and look at it, you can begin to see it. And those subtle changes and shifts in your languaging can really help to shift that energy dynamic with you and whatever you're trying to tackle for your health. If this is something that's very challenging for you, and for many of us it is, I definitely recommend getting some additional support with this. I had to do this for myself as well because I was drowning under my condition. I was drowning under my mysterious health issues for so long that I was just in the undertow. And so I needed tools, I needed ways to learn to stand outside of myself and observe myself non-judgmentally and to see what parts of me needed their needs met and to reconnect with my true self and who I really am, which is not my disease, condition, or symptom. And that is what I recommend the Primal Trust program for. Details below.